Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Jean Bart and we're on Greece. And we're going to have a little bit of fun. Now, we're up against a little bit of everything, to be honest. 2 destroyers, not too bad. 2 cruisers. Well, I guess 3 cruisers. And 4 battleships. Really standard loadout for a match, so nothing crazy. Now, a lot of people ask me how you should play the Jean Bart and the Richelieu to make it the most effective. And a lot of people tend to be a sniper with it. That's not what I do. I like to get up close and personal with it. It's much more accurate at closer ranges, and I just struggle at longer range with this ship to actually be consistent because it tends to shotgun, like the dispersion just splatters everywhere, it seems like. But we're going to push straight up into B early. I was hoping one of our destroyers would do it, but they're not going to, so we're going to play Denial. It's a domination match. The B cap is the hardest one to take, and so I'm going to try to deny the cap to the enemy. And you never know. If you manage to stay in there long enough, maybe the enemy dies and you capture the base. So that's why I like to play up close in this map in particular. Also, it keeps everybody, it limits who can shoot you. That being said, we are going to get shot early on and often because we're going to look. I was actually bow tanking us, which is why I don't take this shot here. You can see I'm looking over the mountain, but there's not a good shot there for me. I'd rather hold it and wait for a potential better shot. Maybe catch somebody broadside early. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to just charge forward into the circle. You can see Miyoko's already trying to capture. Pretty standard. Nothing out of the ordinary. And hello, Kutuzov. How you doing? Now, he started moving forward, so I go ahead and give him a decent lead. And he actually recognizes that and slows back down. And so we miss him, which is unfortunate. But we're going to go ahead and use our first rapid reload and see if we can catch him slipping. And this time, we do manage to catch him, but the game says no. 3 overpins is all we get, which is really unfortunate. Now, we're not detected anymore, so I think, yep, I'm going to go ahead and burn the damage con. And as soon as I say that, I get detected by a plane, because that's how that works. So, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. You try to guess it when you're going to get detected and when you're not detected, and try to use your damage cons wisely so that you limit how many hit points you lose, but you also don't want to get caught in the middle of damage con cooldown. And so we take the shot at the Shard Horse because easy damage, and we do get a decent hit, but it's only 2 penetrations. One's an overpin. And now we're going to be in a good position to hold the enemy away from C. We're denying them directly in B, and we're going to stop them from being able to take C, unless, of course, it's a destroyer, in which case it'll be hard for me to stop them. But anybody else that tries to take C will be able to stop. Now, this friendly cruiser that's in front of me, he's just going to YOLO and die. And by YOLO and die, I mean he's going to beach himself. And I'm going to get to the edge of this. Now, we're sonarred right now. The Miyoko's using his hydro to spot us. Not that big a deal. Nobody can shoot us at the moment. They can shoot my friend over here in the cruiser. And like I said, he's broadside on to everybody right now. He's completely beached, broadside on. And I slowed down because I'm expecting torpedoes to come around the corner. And lo and behold, wait for it. I know there are torpedoes here. Now, we look out. We've got the Nagato out there. He's angled relatively well away from us. It's not a complete flat broadside. There's the torpedoes we were expecting. And now that we're out of the area that we might actually hit the island, we take the first shot at the Nagato. And basically, we're just going to get into a holding pattern. Again, sometimes it's okay to just hold an area. Right now, we're denying the cap to the enemy, and we're holding our ground. Let the enemy make the mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, hello, Yadachi. How are you? Fancy meeting you here. We're going to go ahead and punch you in the mouth as quickly as we can. Now, it's armor piercing because that's what I had loaded. We get 5,000 damage off of him. That's a little less than half of his hit points. And you can see I switched to HE here because I was hoping he was going to stay spotted, but of course he doesn't. And so now I've got HE loaded, so unfortunately this time we're going to shoot the Nagato with the HE. But we switch back to AP because I fire AP more than anything else. Now, obviously, torps are on their way. Now, you should have noticed that the cruiser that was behind me died to the torpedoes and stuff. Yeah, the torps that I spotted, he was still broadside on in front of and managed to take the torps and die. So, you gotta love it. You can't make it up. You just can't. So we've got a good shot over the mountain here, and this looks really, really juicy. And, pow! We get, what, five hits, one shatter, two pins, two over pins. Not a bad go. And he slows down a little bit, which allows me to get enough time to reload and get another shot off. And this one, I believe, is going to be a little bit more effective. It's not bad. Not bad. 5 hits that time, 5 penetrations, no shatters. So, yeah, again, just holding. You don't have to go crazy. Sometimes you get to a position, you can just hold it. And as you can see, we're capturing the base now because the Miyoko died. So now we've got another shot at the Nagato, and that's the one that gives him 3 citadels, and now he's gone. Now this Miyoko, much like his predecessor to my right, is absolutely got a death wish. And he just decides, I'm going to sail out in front of the entire enemy team broadside on. How do you think that's going to go? Anybody? It's not going to go well, if that's what you thought. But we have the Kutuzov here, and I am just salivating at this. Because he's shooting at somebody, he's probably not paying that much attention. Shots out, and... oh, it was beautiful, but the game just says no. The game just says no. Catch him perfectly angled slightly, just begging to be citadeled. And then we use the reload booster, and then the Scharnhorst comes out fully broadside, so we go ahead and punch him right in the mouth, or at least we would if the game had any common sense. But no, that one, the shell splashed both in front of him and behind him. And somehow we managed to completely miss a Scharnhorst who was broadside on at 6.5 kilometers. And you can't even blame my aim, because the aim was dead center on the ship. But it missed high and low. That's not my fault. Now, I'm well aware that there is a cruiser, or there is a destroyer that's somewhere that we haven't seen. But our Yadachi has decided that he wants to die. We've got a broadside Jean Bart, and there's probably no better shot for a ship than this. And, yep, that's going to be a good one. Another Citadel on a Jean Bart. So, it can be done, guys. You can Citadel them. It just is very finicky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you delete them. Ask Hive. But Miyoko comes out broadside on and then turns in wisely, avoiding those and avoiding the torps that were there. I don't know if he decided to avoid me or to avoid the torps. Either way, he avoided both of them. And then he makes the unfortunate decision to go back to being mostly broadside again. Now, he's in a Japanese heavy cruiser. They are notorious for being dev-struck. And he gets lucky. Gets lucky. Only 2 hits that time. 2 overpins. Probably on the bow of the ship. But your luck does run out eventually. You can't play with RNG forever. It will come back to bite you. And this, you couldn't ask for a better shot if you wanted to. Look at that beautiful shot. Dead center and pow! 1 Citadel. Only 1. He still lives. But, you know, that should at least teach him what's going on. Now, you may have noticed on the map that we have a battleship that's hiding behind the island behind me. This is not a good time. Not a good time to be hiding behind an island. But we're doing everything we can. We're up to 136,000 damage done. We got a good shot at the Scharnhorst there. And you can see, I see the destroyer coming. And so I'm going to try to play a little bit of a game with this destroyer. I know he's there, and I know he wants to kill me. And so, Miyoko dies. That's cool. But we lost our Miyoko as well. Because, of course, trading everything. Our team is winning this match. Now, we avoid the 3 torps. And so I'm hesitant to pull out immediately because I know there will probably be some more torps, possibly. And I was hoping that he was going to come around and try to torp me from the front. What I wasn't expecting is that he was actually flanking around to the rear. He just kept going in a straight line. And so I'm holding my fire, not firing at the other guys right now, which is costing me a lot of health. But in my mind, I wanted to get the destroyer, because if I can kill the freaking destroyer, we've got a chance. We're winning on points. We got to get rid of the one guy that can easily capture bases. And I'm moving up to a point where I'm going to be behind the island, harder for them to hit. We do finally decide to shoot the Scharnhorst, knowing that finally we're not able to actually hit the Vauquelin. And so now's where I actually get myself into trouble. I overthink things. A lot. It happens. So I'm constantly trying to figure out what the other guys are going to do, because this match is still very, very carryable. Like, this is a winning match. We can easily win this match, as long as A, the battleship in the back doesn't do anything absolutely stupid and provides some sort of support, and B, I don't do anything stupid. The Scharnhorst just is giving everything to me. Now, I see the guy on my right, and I am slowing down to go in reverse, so I figure he might be launching behind me, and that's when I make the mistake of charging forward, and unfortunately, we're going to catch the torpedoes. And that's going to be the end of our game. But before we die, we get one last breath of wind out. Will it be good? Will there be any justice? And we Citadel the Kutuzov, taking us up to 177,000 damage done with 6 Citadels. It's been a while since we've been in the Jean Bart, but it still feels just as good as ever. The ship is nasty. And unfortunately, that can't be said for this King George. Now, obviously, if you're in a King George and you've got a destroyer there, like, this is just salivating. Like, you can easily kill this destroyer in one salvo, because you're almost guaranteed to have high explosive loaded. But the destroyer gets out of range, and he's just taking punishment after punishment after punishment, and he's not long for this world. He's on fire 3 times. He's just burning. Well, I guess he's on fire twice. He must have the perk to limit the amount of fires that you can be set on you. But he's not long for this world. 22,000 hit points. He could still win technically, but it's unlikely. He's got a Kutuzov trying to burn him down. He's got a destroyer trying to torp him. He's got a battleship back there shooting at him with HE. Everybody realizes that all they have to do is kill this man and they win. And so he goes back to being broadside on in front of the Scharnhorst again. And the Scharnhorst is going to pay him back, and Kutuzov is just roasting him. And he actually hit him with 8, or no, there it was. It was a little late. But Kutuzov's got him burning again. Every time you get a fire out, the Kutuzov sets you right back up. He's got 3,500 hit points left. Can he carry the match for another 2.5 minutes? Unfortunately, no. And this is another one of those situations where if I had done the one thing differently, which is when I moved up for the destroyer, had I just kept going instead of trying to turn back and engage the Scharnhorst, if I'd have kept going, I think we win this match. I truly do. I think we win this match if I'd have just kept going. Because the Vauquelin wouldn't have killed me, and the Scharnhorst would have probably died to me. And I think we'd have won. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. 177,000 damage, Confederate, high caliber. If you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.